Hi, everybody. Facebook is making me use something different, so I'm not sure if this is working. Maybe it is. Hello. It's the start of another week of lockdown, and my goal with these lives is to help you keep food interesting and keep eating well despite being locked down. One of the potential negative consequences of being in lockdown is that you get bored of food. And then what tends to happen then is we forget all our good habits and healthy intentions and start eating badly and just eating for comfort. So, what I want to do is encourage you to think of ways in which you can make sure you don't get bored of food. Last week, we talked about using herbs and spices and maybe getting a vegetable delivery box to kind of force you to have variety. And today I wanted to talk about menu planning. I know some people really thrive on planning and being prepared, and other people find it really challenging. But I would say it's so beneficial, especially at the moment when you could be getting sick of the sight of the same old food. So, the benefits of menu planning are that you're more likely to have a varied diet. And the more varied your diet is, the more nutrients you'll be getting into your body, and therefore it's more likely that your immune system will stay robust and will be able to fight off the virus. It's also really important for mood as well to have a varied diet. If we stick to the same things all the time, we're getting the same nutrients, and you may not get a broad array of nutrients, and that might affect how you're feeling because your brain relies on a good intake of a varied amount of nutrients. The other thing is to say the more varied the fibre intake in your diet, so the more varied the vegetables you have, the more your gut flora proliferates and is robust. And we know that the gut flora communicates with the brain. So people with unbalanced gut flora or low levels of different types of bacteria are more likely to suffer with depression. So it's really important to have as varied a diet as possible and with as many fruit and vegetables in there as you can. So how do we go about creating a menu plan? So there's lots of ideas I can share with you. So one would be to have a whiteboard or a blackboard in the kitchen, and maybe to set a dedicated time each week to think about what you want to eat the week ahead. So you'll probably know what you can easily get hold of in the supermarket, or you may have things in your freezer that you want to use up, or tins in the cupboard that you want to make use of. So use that as a basis. And then if there is more than one of you in your household, I would encourage everybody to get involved so that there's some balance in what you're going to cook, because there's no point having, which could be the problem in my house, 7 days of vegetarian meals when you're living with two carnivorous teenagers. So if you get them involved, they're more likely to appreciate the meals and maybe even want to get involved with cooking those meals. So have something visual that everybody can see and contribute to. As I said, using recipe books is a really good way of inspiring yourself to fill up those meals. And don't forget to put lunch in as well, because it can get really boring with lunch and just have the same old stuff. And it is another opportunity to feed your body with good nutrients. There are a number of apps out there that are really good. So I like Yumly. With that, you can just key in an ingredient that you might have, and it will come up with loads of suggestions of recipes, and then you can use them to create a menu plan. There's also an app called Mealime. It's a bit of an odd one, but that's another menu planning app. There's one called Food Planner Pal, which might be good as well. So have a search around. There's bound to be loads of tools that you can use, and it doesn't really matter what format you use them. It's just the practice of having a menu plan. And I would suggest as well, try and challenge yourself to have 2 new recipes every week in that menu plan. And then after 4 weeks, you'll have a whole new selection of meals to cook in a week. So if you've got any tips about how to make menu planning exciting and engaging, please share them with the rest of us on the comments. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the day. Okay, bye.